Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Woo-wee! What's up? Welcome everybody from Carcino for Life channel all the way down to One Crack News, where sometimes the things that we do align all in the same sentence, in the same breath, in the same light. The 3Ds, Drake, Diddy, and DJ Akademiks, doing what they do on a regular basis. We're going to cover all that today. And now they might not ever recover from this backlash. Everybody's saying the music will dictate it. Well, public appeal has a lot to go with this. It has a lot to do with this. Oh, yes. So now you can never go wrong. Now, as you can see, this is something that has been brewing in the league. Drake, his whole reputation is taking a hit. His album is pushed back, and he can't release it when he wants. He's got to push it back due to Kendrick and all of this stuff that's been going on now that they, with the reference tracks. So the Kendrick diss on J. Cole and Drake set the tone, and then Drake came back and dropped his diss records, and then he was history. Now, all of this stuff is digging up on Drake, and he may never recover. And they say, well, what about the Didster? Well, Diddy went through the whole thing with Cassie and settling with her, and now that the tape has come up and her cooperating with the feds, Diddy is now in a situation where he's on the outskirts. He's on the outside looking in. And because he's on the outside looking in, his case is not going to, it's going to definitely hinder him. He's going to be out for about 10 years or so, or he's going to have to be in the background, which is not something he's comfortable with at all. So him trying to come back is going to be a lot harder than anybody you've ever seen in the business try to do and mount a comeback. It's going to be massively hated on, massively against, massive. Everything is going to just times 10. They're going to try to sabotage anything this man touches, as he's faced no criminal charges as of yet. But they're saying they're coming. And the way they've been manufacturing things and what they just did to Trump, there's no telling what's going to happen and how that case is going to play out now. Now, with this loser, this man is involved in 2 different cases, both of them involving a girl who was violated and claimed that she was violated. And Akademiks' name has been involved in 2 lawsuits stemming from the people that are around him and including himself and his actions and alleged way of trying to cover things up in the process. This guy is an individual I don't like, because I think he's a parasite to hip hop, a parasite to this whole genre that he doesn't even belong in. He's just using it as an avenue and a vehicle, because he built up his popularity by making fun of people dying in Chicago in gang wars and gang related things. And he thought it was funny. He's never been in the city, don't know anything from the city. And he built this fame up from that, and he's never atoned for it. And because he's never atoned for it, he's always going to have a problem with me because I'm from this city. We actually know some people that are deceased in these wars in the streets. That's very unnecessary. And each day could be your last. These people are fighting for their lives out here. And you think that's funny enough to make videos about it on your YouTube channel and then still profit off of it to this day. He kept the videos up. He's got the whole War in Chirac series up still to this day, trying to make money off of people dying, profiting off of their deaths. Now, the fact that this guy is still walking around is an amazement to me altogether. But on top of all that, let's look at the big major scale of everything. This same individual has been poisoning the well and protecting other people that he's in concert with. So he's been sitting there protecting Drake because he's a fan of him. But now he sees that ain't going right. What's up, Damon? Shouts out to you too, brother. Now that he sees it's not going right, now he wants to try to pivot over to Kendrick because he doesn't want to lose the audience. And now, what about his cases? I've been hearing some rumbling about your cases. And nobody likes it. What's up, Beans? I see you. My boy Beans up in there. Shouts out to Beans. No, nobody liked it. So the behavior pattern once again rears its head. So these three guys are going down. Diddy's already down and probably out just based off public opinion. So he can't come back. Nobody's going to invite Diddy to a show. Akademiks want you to forget he has 2 SA cases going on right now. He wants it to be yesterday's news because of his arrogance and the things that he said on those tapes is going to doom him. And he's going to have to settle. Now, let's get back to the cringy Drizzy. Now, this is from a BET performance. Yep. And BET apologized for this performance because this is back at a time where these things were not allowed. And Lil Wayne and Drake performed, and it was right after Michael Jackson died. You know, this was the performance after Michael Jackson had passed away. And when you start looking at all of the scenarios that happened, the performance was rushed. And the fact that they were supposed to do the best I ever had, and every girl that was supposed to come out and the scenario and everything. So when the people are watching it at home, oh, thanks, Beans. I'm gonna try to keep it up as long as I can, bro. Tell everybody I said what's up. Now, oh yeah. Well, it got crazy because as you know, everything jumped off the board because they had no choice, they had nowhere to go. Because once they came in and denounced the performance, they had nowhere else to really turn to because the public outrage was great. Because Young Money came out and did their thing, but many people who saw the show did not like, it was Michael Jackson that just passed. This is the most popular man in the world. So that they changed and rushed the performance. People was just doing stuff with Michael Jackson. It just happened. So that ended up affecting the whole award show. So BET put out a statement, said they deeply regret the performance by Young Money at the BET Awards. They did a raunchy song called Every Girl, which brought out all these little kids out there right before Janet Jackson did an emotional appearance. And you got these little girls out there and you performing Every Girl in the World with these little kids on stage. It was Drake, Lil Wayne, Gutta Gutta, and Mac Main. And when they did that, the viewers who watched it thought this was disgusting. They thought this was repulsive. Lil Wayne had his own daughter out there. And if you're on the Patreon, you already knew about that. And Drake brought like his nieces and some other little girls out. And then they started promoting this raunchy song. So this is back when people had some standards. Like now, the people be like, "Oh, that song's a hit. I don't see what's going on. I don't see what's wrong with that." So that's what it is. So BET came out and did they, you know, checklists, and that's when Deborah Lee, who was in charge then, had to come out and say, we gotta distance ourselves from this. And they was like, in a culture where one of our four girls and women are either R word or essayed, and where manipulative men routinely traffic vulnerable women in a whole sex industry, it's not okay that BET allowed this to happen. BET owed its entire audience, particularly girls and women around the world, an apology for its failure to intervene in this. Now, this was an activist and filmmaker, Byron Hurt, and he came out and he couldn't believe it. So he gave this to Deborah Lee. So all the feedback was coming in. Now, BET said, we valued this and we went through this. We don't agree with everything that happened. So BET came through to denounce it. And Drake came out to apologize for the performance himself. Drake, not Lil Wayne, not Nicki Minaj, nobody but Drake. Drake came out and apologized for his cringy behavior. Absolutely. So this is what he said for his cringy behavior. Drake goes ahead and says, well, this is it. Yes, absolutely. So when Drake popped up, it was clear He wanted to do one thing and one thing only, and that was to put himself aside from everybody else. He was like, that was a terrible idea that I never do again myself. But I was being pressed from different areas to perform. And I think what really happened at the BET Awards is that with the passing of Mike, the climate really changed. And as far as the award show goes, I don't think it's called for us to perform every girl and always strapped. And I think it was an award show filled with tributes and music and these genuine, heartfelt speeches, and to sort of that climate out of the very tongue in cheek point. And then people misconstrued Wayne's daughters and her friends coming out on stage. It was just timed poorly and definitely wasn't planned like that. But with that being said, it is what it is. I believe in Wayne and myself, and it's nothing we can't bounce back from. To anyone who was offended, my personal apologies. It wasn't intended to offend anybody. And that was his statement. So this led to a lot of people going, oh my God, here we go again. Why is this guy always involved in one of these cases? Why is this always something with him? Now, this was early on. This was absolutely early on in the process. So now that all of this is being brought to the forefront, now you can fast forward it to now, and you see clearly this dude loves hey, Juan is in the house. Beans, G. When I saw Beans, G, I knew what. I'm like, what? What must be Juan? Now he didn't move down there the way you at, Juan. You better keep the daughters away. Drizzy is in the house. And now he wants to rep Texas. And all of his cringiness is on full display now. So his album gets pushed back. His apology is back, re-established now at the BET, denounced their performance. They went through a lot of red tape. And now this dude is out here in Texas, hanging out with the team. I'm just like, I'm not trying to hang around when I got all this stuff over my head. More of these suits are going to start to come out. More of these stories are going to start to hit the screen as the cringe master himself. He's like, she go to UT. Oh my God. Well, I'm quite sure you taught her well. Versatile in the house. What's up, gangster? Y'all having a whole conversation over here in the chat. He's like, yeah, plus I'll put hands on Drake. I already know. This wouldn't go well at all. So anybody who got nieces and stuff like that, nieces, nephews, I mean, just period. You know, well, nobody around cringe master Drake, baby. Right. See, I was a fan of the music. The music. See, when somebody is right, I was going over the right of the situation, but when they wrong, they wrong. Oh, Beans has been here a while. I mean, he been here every now and then. I don't think both of y'all been in the chat at the same time. Yeah. Oh man, the stories can't get no more cringier. Oh yeah, it's plenty of stuff going on exclusively with the dude, you know. So he constantly is gonna be in drama. Now his album pushed back because of the reference tracks then came out. Now that the reference tracks then came out, just when they thought all the Kendrick stuff was dying down, they said, "Man, we pushing your album back. You ain't finna come out in June like that. Let Kendrick come out first. This is too damning for you. Can't do it." Oh yeah, it's definitely going up. It's definitely going up because the situation is always bigger on a grander scale because Drake being affected, it affects everybody who's eating off it. So it's like millions are being lost. Every time somebody disrespect him or diss him on a record, millions are being lost. And then you can't say, well, that's just all theory, it's rumors, it's no evidence. Then, you start seeing stuff like this. Now, this the little influencer, the little bitty girl who his daddy and him was following. Now he not following her no more on IG, but Pops was. So Pops had to start unfollowing her. She went and did a little interview. And it's like Drake is 40 at the bash. The creepy uncle. Man, it's like, what is he doing hanging out there at the Red Cup party? That's what I'm saying. Now, if we go back to like who that girl really is, that's a whole nother question. She's a TikTok influencer. Yeah, I don't know her name. I'm gonna try to get it for y'all, but she was the one talking about she can't talk about it because she'll end up in a lawsuit. It's the same girl. Let me see if I can do this the right way. What's up, Diamonds? Hold on. Let me see what I got here. All right, let me try to work all the technical stuff out. Okay, there it is. That's her. And we go here. There we go.
I do. Be honest, what do you think about the Drake allegations? Yes, speak on it. Would you let Drake like you? That'll be something I can't confess. I mean, not confess, something I can't talk about because that'll be in the court. The court. What? Drake. What? You're a victim? No.
Now, I've looked at this girl's social media, and I'm sorry if I end up offending someone, but I must say her whole entire persona is giving give it to the highest bidder. And now, I don't know about y'all, but to me, it's giving NDA. Like, the way she quickly said she couldn't talk about it because she would end up in court definitely means there was some form of NDA signed by her because...
Now, that's disturbing and alarming altogether. Now, that's just that moment. Now, if you go back to Texas, well, Drizzy liked to party at. He has no problem taking pictures, personal pictures, with some of the young girls on the team. This girl's 19. Unbelievable. And y'all think we harassing him. Ain't that something? We harassing him. We harassing him. We just telling the truth and we harassing this man. Can you believe that? That's what they've been saying. Now 40, who's supposed to be sick, is coming out threatening to beat up Metro Boomin. Not Metro Boomin, but Cipher Sounds. Because Cipher Sounds is in Toronto, and the rumor is they played Not Like Us in Toronto, and they was ready to beat him up. What? Really? And I'm like, 40? How is 40 gonna threaten somebody? Don't he have like MS or something like that? It'd be like, don't you got sickle cells or something? You might have a seizure or heart attack or something. You know, dude, he talking about he was gonna smack Cipher Sounds in the mouth over this Drake and Kendrick stuff. I kid you not.
In Toronto, I get a DM from 40. He said, how about I go to your city and play a song where someone calls you a pedophile? I'm like, okay. And he goes, I'm giving you the gist because I lost the messages. Basically, I knew you never liked us. You act nice, but you're really a bitch. It's on site. Oh. When I see you, look at you, you're laughing. When I see you, I'm gonna smack you in the mouth.
Smack you in the mouth.
Smack you in the mouth. He goes, I know you never liked us, which is the craziest to me. I understand the violence, but I know you never liked us. How? Why? Why you think that?
How did you
I'm
know that?
Only supportive and play everything you put out. What are you talking about?
But okay, sure.
It's on site. There was more. It was just like
there's a major part you're forgetting.
What?
What about the out of the blue Free Palestine?
Oh yeah, Free Palestine. I don't know what that meant. It was just in the middle with the Palestinian flag.
We don't know. What the
is
flag?
It because he's Jewish? Yeah, he put the Palestinian flag. Is it because he's Jewish or?
I don't. Is he Jewish?
I don't know.
All right, so man, damn 40, we out here.
Now, with that being said, as you see your boy with the painted nails, look at him, like he up in Chippendales. Signing shoes, got his painted nails. Now, 40 is talking about putting hands on somebody. Now, Cipher Sounds works up there normally with Hot 97 and everything else. So he does shows in Toronto a lot. So the fact that he's doing these shows in Toronto, now it hits a whole nother level. And I'm going to show you why. It's because he still got to go out there and perform. Now, he was talking like real heavy on there, like about OVO, like, man, can you believe 40 said he gonna do this to me? So now Cipher Sounds got a whole new energy. Ain't no more that this is the next day. So he's still doing shows in Toronto. So now he got to clarify himself.
Some crazy internet controversy right now. So I'm going to clear things up. First and foremost, there's a bunch of blog headlines and Instagram posts saying that OVO 40 threatened me because I played Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us in Toronto. Not true whatsoever. So here's the deal. First of all, I've been going to Toronto since 1998. It's my second home. I got so many friends there, so much family. I love the city. I would never, I don't know if you know me. You don't know me. People that know me know I'm not no fucking fuckface idiot that would go to Toronto and play Not Like Us. That is a stupid thing to do. I hate all this beef shit. I hate controversy. I hate smoke. I hate drama. I hate that those two are beefing with each other. It's nasty for the culture. It's negative and it's detrimental. Here's the thing about me though. Here's what happened. I did some shows with Dave Chappelle in Toronto 2 weeks ago, and some pictures of those shows went up. This kid that's now helping me with my social media, brand new, just hired him, put up the pictures from that show and put the Kendrick Lamar song underneath. And I was like, uh-oh, whoa, don't do that. Craziness. Called him, said, hey, that's a dumb move. Take it down. He was like, I thought it'd be funny. It wasn't. Take it down. Took it down immediately. Pictures are back up. Had a great time in Toronto. Now, here's the deal. OVO 40. Why am I calling him OVO 40? 40 was mad at me. I'm hoping that man to man, we can still have this conversation. I told the story on my podcast because I was hurt about what happened. Hopefully, we could talk it out. I want no smoke. I want no drama. Love the guy. The big fan. Again, I would never be disrespectful. And I did not play the song in Toronto. I wasn't even DJing. I was doing stand-up comedy. And hopefully the blogs put all this stuff up to clear it up. Bye.
Now he didn't got pressed. Somebody didn't press that man. They pressed that man. It's a lot of cringe-worthy stuff on here, boy. He gonna have to scrub this whole internet. He would have to scrub the internet to let his bone dry to get rid of all this cringe. See, they like Drake with the melodies. They don't like Drake when he act tough. Look at this. He can't even hold a pen right. That's not even how you hold a pen. Now everybody gonna believe you can't write nothing. You hold a pen like a little kid. Look, he's trying to write. Look how he writes. Look how he hold a pen. That's like how a little kid would hold it. All right, that's probably the first time he using his pen. Probably got a cramp in his hand. He loving it out in Texas. If Drake hit you with a fire extinguisher at a concert, you gonna pay the man? I would sue the living hell out of him. I'm like, man, if you hit me with this damn fire extinguisher and mess up my goddamn clothes. No way I'm going. Of course, Canadian is listening and not like us. Like the whole brand is done. Like when he came out and did his diss record and all that, Drake was feeling confident because these boys boost him up. Now he's in trouble. Then now you got 40 out here threatening people. He's the engineer. You now the engineer's a gangster too? Right, they like Drake with the melodies. They don't like Drake when he act tough. That's the Drake we like. The one with the melodies, not the one that's out here acting tough.
My eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought.
We like Drake with the melodies. We don't like Drake when he act tough. So on One Crack News, you already know what time it is. When you see the situations imply themselves on the scene, you start to see right away things can get real reckless when you see other people get in there. Chubbs was talking real reckless. Yeah, like they said, we want to see if Chubbs really crashed something. Well, when you married yourself to a situation, you got to now stay in this bubble. You're in this situation now. You put yourself here. You align yourself with people like Akademiks. That was a mistake. And it's in the form, he just kept making bad decisions. Y'all think it's because of me. Oh, you just don't like it. That's why. No, because it's a lose. Why would you accept yourself to him? That was a dumb move. Just because he's a fanboy, that's not going to help you. Not in this. You need some people that are authentic in the game. This guy ain't going to help you. You think he was going to sway the audience to your side? Nobody listened to him. That was your mistake. This is why when your song came out, most people thought it was AI because you didn't leak it to this loser. It's like, what? You really thought he meant something in hip hop like that? Like we listen to him? No, we don't. Only dum-dums would listen to him. All of them seem to be on that time. They all weird. That's why we can only really talk about some of them cases on the Patreon. But DJ Akademiks, right-hand man, I'm like, did you even research that, Drake, before you went ahead? You just saw this dude was riding your coattail and went full ignorant with the situation. You didn't even realize that this dude, Lil Boom, was in Walmart groping and staring and stalking down women. They got security footage of him, put it up in there in Walmart, and he's sitting there lying and denying it. And he just walking up on women, groping them, grabbing their butt, illegally touching these women. That was your homeboy. In Walmart, they had a picture of him on Walmart saying, "Beware of this man." He ain't even in there shopping. He coming in with jogging, like pajama pants on, touching and grabbing on mine. And this is Akademiks' right-hand man, who he was defending all the way. Everybody said, the tape is out. I don't want to see no tape. I don't want to see nothing. You didn't want to see it because you didn't want to know. And you knew all along your boy was out here doing this. And this is who Drake decided he wanted to team up with. A guy in there grabbing on a woman butt, filming her. He go to Walmart to do this. They had warning pictures on him. And you would think, with your picture plastered outside of Walmart, you would say, well, I'm not going back into Walmart no more. Not him. He comes back in Walmart again. Pretend to be looking for something, filming them so he can get behind them and start touching on them. Here he goes stalking. Your homeboy. Look, there you go, reaching out to grab some little girl. Look at this. This is Akademiks' crew. That's your crew, Akademiks. That's your homie, Lil Boom. So why would anybody be going over there? And you knew about all this weirdo behavior. And part of the lawsuit, one of the lawsuits that's going on is involving you and him together. You got a lawsuit attached with him. These are the people. These are the people, y'all. Drake chose to be associated with. Drake attached himself to this group. Attached himself to Adam 22. And Adam 22 was doing things with a 16-year-old girl. Flew to Canada to go sleep with her when he claims she was 19. This is what I'm talking about, people. This is who they hang with. This is the game they playing. Yes, sir. I remember all of it. Right now, I wouldn't take me. I'm still in recovery. Everybody around him got a weird case. Why are they around? Exactly. So he needs to explain this type of behavior that we're seeing here. Because we're seeing a whole lot of activity that doesn't quite resonate with what we agree with morally. Like I said, I'll never be cool with that guy. There's no way I would hang out with a person like him. He seemed like a weirdo himself. So there's no way I would want to be around him. Now, Adam 22, he was supposed to be managing Lil Pump. Now, I remember that at the time. Now, you got to ask Adam 22.
Fucking girls my age, right? Adam was fucking girls that was the same age as me when I was 16. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You are a straight pedo.
And then we get into the tweets.
Now, here's Adam 22's tweet. What's with all these cute little girls adding me? Send me a message so I know who you are. That's what he represents. He's 39 now. Well, he's 40 now. He's actually 40 on the dot. My advice to any young girls out there, sleep with much, much older men. Adam 22. Adam 22 sat up there and actually posted Adam 22 actually posted. He posted a video of Lil Pump, who's 16 at the time, getting oral from another girl who's 16. He's recording it. A 29, 30-year-old dude at the time. Well, no, he was like 30. Man, he's like 35 or something. He's 40 now. Oh, this is gonna get weirder, folks. And these are the people Drake hang out with, or he's cool with. Look, if you ever get so mad because of a traffic jam that you just roam the streets and are people, crazy things. Can any of the hot high school students stop following me on Instagram? I have enough temptation in my life as is. But these are the weird people some of y'all be listening to. Oh no, he'll be a pansexual then. Now let's get to the 16-year-old girl part. Now, Now, see, there it is. He met her, Howard Stern's Boxy. He got a bit of a legend with the chick and all of this. The story begins quite a long time ago, right? I was just 23 years old at the time. I was posted heavily on B9 boards. Why so many of my stories start this way? And Desiree posted on there too. She had already carved out quite a reputation by her numerous stories that circulated concerning her promiscuous behaviors. Right? That's where the story starts. Then he says, one night in particular, we ended up talking on the phone, and she went into vivid details about how she wanted me to go to Canada to see her and have sex with her. I won't even bother telling you the things that she described wanted me to do to her, because by the end of the story, I have actually done them all to her and worse. The conversation left me hot and bothered, to say the least. Now, any of the math inclined people out there probably reading this and thinking something like, she's 19 now, you were 23 then, how old was she then? Well, she was 16. But come on, man, look at her. She's 18 or 19 in most of the pics here, but she didn't look much different at all then. It's statutory R word is wrong. I don't want to be right. You see that? You see that? I don't want to be right. Now, I could make the argument that the age of consent is 16 in Canada, although I'm not sure that traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal. Yes, it is. But really, effing argument. She was stupid hot, and I wanted in. That's your guy. That's your guy. Adam 22. Lusting a 16-year-old girl from Canada that he went over there to go sleep with. Went all the way to Canada to go sleep with this girl. Sick, sick, sick. And they all are friends. They all are friends. This is who Drizzy wanted to accompany him and be friends with. He wanted to be attached to them. Why? You could have dropped that song Push-Ups on your platform and said Drake drops it. You had it out on for a week on YouTube, not even attached to you, taking no ownership of the song. The song had a whole new name. They just called it Drop and Give It 50. It took you 23 days to come up with that song. Like that was out for almost a month before you made that song. Yes, sir. And because you attached yourself to alleged predators, and now you're out here attaching yourself to these people just because they're your fanboys, there's a reason that you attached yourself to these people. Y'all seem to have a lot in common. Oh, yeah. Now we get back to you, big boy. Academics. Let's get back to him. Let's get back to you. Let's get back to the girl who was allegedly saying you were insulted.
But then she came out with this and she announced to the world that she, in fact, was the girl. When DJ Akademiks was talking about it, he never put a name to it. He never put a face to it. She jumped out and said, listen, DJ Akademiks is talking about me, and you think you're going to have the last laugh.
Visited DJ Axe home. She was also under the impression that John Doe 1 and John Doe 2 would leave after putting the hot tub on, as their actions and gestures made it appear that they were heading out.
Okay, let me jump in. So she's saying, okay, well, I just thought they were going to warm up the hot tub for me. I didn't know the ninjas wanted to get in there. I just thought I was going to be chilling in the hot tub. I thought they were going to run me a little bath, all right, do the little bubbles, and then they were going to dip out, all right? But Slime had other plans. All right, you want to do 30 right here?
Yeah, Miss Abashi enters the hot tub alone. Shortly after, John Doe 1 appeared from inside the house and proceeded to join her in the hot tub. Shortly after that, John Doe 2, who I believe is Slime, appeared with a bottle of alcohol and began forcing her to take shots of the alcohol.
Forcing her. Now, what does that mean? Physical force? Does that mean intimidation, coercion? She doesn't really specify. Let's keep going.
According to Miss Abashi, she vaguely remembers John Doe 2 nervously pacing around the pool area. The question becomes, why? Eventually, Miss Abashi recalls beginning to feel strange. It was not simply a feeling of intoxication, as Miss Abashi had only half of the first drink and a few sips of the new drink that John Doe 1 had provided her as he entered the hot tub. Miss Abashi began feeling extremely hot, as if her body was on fire. She felt extremely lightheaded and dizzy. Upon noticing this, John Doe 2 asked her if she was lit and then returned to the kitchen. He then returned with more alcohol, which they insisted she drank. They even went so far as to pour the alcohol into Miss Abashi's mouth forcibly.
Okay, so we were.
So your friends are doing all this at your house, and you are not around. You sleeping. While all of this is going on, when she's coming over there to see you at your place. This is bad, Mr. Demix. Mr. Demix. Did you have any recollection of this happening at your home? Huh, Mr. Demix? Shouts out to the lead attorney.
We're getting it right here. This is turned physical. They are pouring alcohol into this woman's mouth forcibly.
According to Miss Abashi, she recalls John Doe 1 becoming very handsy as he aggressively made sexual advances towards her, which she rejected. Upon information and belief, John Doe 2 was on the sidelines watching while all of this was happening. According to Miss Abashi, John Doe 1 would not take no for an answer and began groping her.
Wow. He didn't want to take no for an answer. Mr. Demix, you have a problem on your hand. You have a problem on your hands, Mr. Demix. Mm, mm, mm. This might not go well. Mm. Yeah, well, this isn't going so well.
He eventually picked her up, tossed her into the pool adjacent to the hot tub. Sorry, it's getting late. According to Miss Abashi, she was disoriented, had trouble breathing, and struggled to get out of the pool for the fear of drowning. As she attempted to crawl out of the pool while still disoriented and struggling to breathe, John Doe 1 attacked her. He removed her underwear, opened her legs, and began penetrating her vajay with his erect peen.
All right, so we've got the first account of penetration. All right. Miss Abashi did not consent. In fact, due to the alcohol and whatever substance was placed in the alcohol, she was not in the right mindset to consent to any sexual activities that were being performed on her by Khalif. Abashi has memories of fighting off her attackers, but feeling extremely weak. So in this narration of this version, you know, she's fighting these men off while she is being basically poisoned, right? While she's consumed some type of drugs in the alcohol that are wearing her down. This is kind of like the who remembers the last scene of Gladiator?
Yep. Now, this is not looking good for Mr. Demix. Yeah, this is the lead attorney. He did this about a few weeks ago. He was breaking this down and giving his take on it and his legal advice.
As John Doe 1, aka Khalif, finished vaginally sexually assaulting Abashi, he allowed slime to sexually assault Abashi vaginally as well. According to Abashi, lying on the concrete was the last memory she had of that part of the attack. She recalls going in and out of consciousness and does not recall ever entering the home. Whatever substance, Khalif and slime slipped into Abashi's drink negatively impacted her memory and caused her to lose consciousness.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Don't forget to hit the like button, good people. Hit the like button. This here is cray, cray, cray. Cray, 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 cray. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that was a bit cringe, to say the least. That was very, very cringe.
You want to pick it up right here?
Sure. According to Miss Abashi, she recalls being awakened naked in a bed in what she believed was DJ Act's bedroom. She believes that this was around 4 a.m. She was awoken by Mr. Allen, which is DJ Act, savagely
Mr. Demix.
pulling her hair, prying open her legs, and R-wording her brutally.
Wow.
According to Miss Abashi, DJ Ack was relentless. He tried to penetrate her.
Wait. Stop. Okay, I totally missed this. All right, so according to Abashi, she recalls being waken up naked in the bed in what she believed to be Ack's room. So now Ack has appeared in the narrative.
Yes.
So now he's in the narrative. So now he's in the story.
She believes this was around 4 a.m. She was awoken by Ack savagely pulling her hair, prying her legs open, and assaulting her brutally. All right, interesting. Okay, guys, so listen up now. Ack has made an appearance in the, but I'll wait. I need to hear more and proof and truth. All right. Some people are just not going to. I'm sorry. Bashi. No arrests were made. Now, if this was a federal case, if these were federal officers, if this was like the FBI or somebody like that, I would get it. I would get it because they want to make sure that they have all of the proof. They're not just going to go arrest someone.
A grain of salt.
Be said that this case is civil. So if there had been arrest, you would need to prove these allegations beyond a reasonable doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But in civil practice, that's not the case. You really only have to prove it by a preponderance of the evidence. What is that? You really want to say, well, it's more probable than not.
Yep. And that's why civil cases Trump, wrong video. I'm out. Yeah. Sorry, you're a little slow. So now he's entered the scene. Yep, he's entered the scene now. And it's finna get
that this occurred, right? So maybe 51%.
Yeah,
So
it's
if
like a scale. It's like tip it a little bit.
So if you're on the fence, 51%, just the extra 1%, it's really not that much at all. And so DJ Akademiks doesn't face any criminal liability, but he can absolutely lose millions and millions of dollars just on that 1%. Not even considering, sponsorships, brand deals, things of that nature, right? To the extent that he does them. So there's a lot riding on the line for DJ Akademiks in this case. Not so much in terms of criminal, because again, this is a civil case. However, this could easily be a multi-million-dollar case that DJ Akademiks is facing. And so when you have here, she's saying that he tried to penetrate her anally. She kept squirming due to the pain. Then he tried vaginally. He wasn't using protection anally or vaginally. These are strong, strong allegations. All right, you want to do number 49?
Yeah, Miss Abashi recalls begging DJ Ak to stop R-wording her. She recalls her voice was faint as she continued to drift in and out of consciousness. Miss Abashi remembers crying for most of this assault, but losing her ability to move physically. Miss Abashi eventually gave up fighting in hopes that DJ Ak would finish quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Abashi recalls DJ Ak saying, "Open your mouth," as he pulled her hair. He said, "Open your mouth. I want to come in your mouth." And this was her last memory of the attack. According to Miss Abashi, she woke up confused the following morning and searched for DJ Ak. According to Miss Abashi, she looked around the house and found him in the basement on his computer. According to Miss Abashi, she sat on the floor next to him, and he asked her if she knew that his friends ran a train on her, to which she said no. He kept asking, "Are you sure?" He told her everything was all right and that he was good if she was cool. According to Miss Abashi, she was baffled and in disbelief. According to...
All right, so let's stop right there. So he was... And again, it's difficult. Let me tell you this, guys. Let me tell you this. Apart from being the lead attorney, I am also the lead mediator. I have the highest certification of mediators in the state of Georgia. I am what they call a specialized domestic violence mediator. That means that when there is significant domestic violence in a case, like a divorce case or something like that, they call me in to mediate it. What I will tell you is that victims' response to trauma can be varied. It can seem illogical. So many times women will experience trauma. So she sits down on the floor next to him, and he asked her if she knew that his friends ran a train on her, to which she said no. He kept asking, "Are you sure?" According to Abashi, Akademiks then allowed her to follow him into another room. Akademiks asked her to follow him to another room where he showed her the contents of a small trash can that had what appeared to be vomit in it and 2 gold Magnum condom wrappers, and said, "You don't remember this?"
Wow.
Jesus. Abashi, still in disbelief. She had zero recollection of ever being in that room the prior night. According to Abashi, it appeared that after Khalif and Slime sexually assaulted her by the pool, the pair had taken her into another room in the house and continued to sexually assault her brutally. All right, do you want to pick it up right here?
Yeah, Mr. Allen then Oh my God. DJ Act then handed her a can of vomit and asked her to throw it away. Miss Abashi then asked for her phone. DJ Act went to retrieve it. He continued telling her everything was all right if she was okay. At this point, she was still in disbelief and asked for proof of what occurred. According to Miss Abashi, DJ Act showed her surveillance footage of John Doe 1 R-wording her briefly and skipped through the video. According to Miss Abashi, she watched the video. She looked like she was just laying there lifeless, which did not sit right with her. According to Miss Abashi, DJ Act then assured her that everything was okay and that he spoke. And as he spoke, he noticed Miss Abashi's demeanor had begun to change. Mr. Allen, aka DJ Act, then hastily told her that his mother was on the way and would be there shortly, and proceeded to order her a lift back to Pennsylvania. According to Miss Abashi, DJ Act asked her where her clothing was. She responded that she had it. He stood there with a suspicious look on his face. Miss Abashi later learned that from the police that DJ Act disposed of several items, bed sheets, etc., at the dumpster near his office. Presumably, DJ Act was attempting to destroy evidence of Miss Abashi's rape.
All right, now this does not look good. This does not look good. We all know sex. We're all grown. All right.
Now, he's right. That is not good at all. That is terrible. But yeah, a lift all the way to Pennsylvania? That's like a 2-hour drive. That's crazy. But this is like a very serious situation. And when you have people that are engaged in such acts, you know, when you see activities that are what you think is cringeworthy, to say the least, you know, these type of things right here, Akademiks is really up against it. And for Drake to be associated with something like that, it's like, wow, you really didn't vet your people that you were with. Adam 22, Akademiks, you know, you're really associating yourself with a very horrible group if you're Drake. But then you see Drake with all these younger girls. Then you start to see, as we've been revealing, like maybe these people have this thing in common. You know how like serial killers seem to find each other and can relate. Maybe that's how it is for dude, you know. You just don't know. Maybe that's just his ceiling. It's crazy, right?